Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a pretty cool kind of project. I got a buddy, and his name's Brad Martin, and he plays in a band called Jeremiah Johnson, and they're pretty well known. And so basically he's got this fog machine that is to like an Xbox or some kind of game system, and these are pretty much like regular old foggers, but they're for a game unit. And so basically without the game you really can't use these foggers because you have to have them connected to the game, and they interact with the game, and that's when you get some strobe out of the front, or you get your smoke coming out of the front of the machine. And I'm not sure where he got this unit. It could have, it might have been his. I'm going to have to talk to him, but the idea was to see if we could take this unit and go ahead and make it a fogger or smoke machine, whatever. And the light on the front of it, which is like a strobe light, was not really brought up. It was more of the smoke issue, because I'm not thinking they're wanting it to strobe or anything. And so anyway, we need to go ahead and hack this unit, basically. We don't want to use it with a game. It's not going to be involved in any game or anything like that. And he wants to have complete control over it. And he wanted a long line with a foot pedal. And he's a drummer, so he's going to use the foot pedal every once in a while to shoot out the smoke. And I thought, well, if we hack the unit, then the best thing to do with this unit is put a modular port for a line cord, a telephone line cord, where you can get them anywhere, any length, and any color. Basically, you can get them clear, you can get them in different colors, and if it gets stomped on or tripped over and the cord breaks or whatever, or gets broken, they can replace the cord at any time by just simply going down and getting a long extension telephone line cord. So we'll put a modular port on this unit, and then we'll plug a line cord into it, and then we'll have some type of foot pedal that I make, where there'll be another modular port there that he can plug the other end of the line cord into, and then he can go ahead and press the foot pedal switch to control the fog or the smoke. And I have this unit open. There's a feed tube that comes out of this body and goes back down in it. And so in kind of troubleshooting this unit and looking through it, I want to kind of try to bring it closer. I have the top off, and I can already tell that somebody, I want to set this because I don't want this lid to be a problem as I'm trying to show you the unit. I'll just let that fall back there. Now, somebody has been in the unit. I'm not thinking Brad was in it, but you never know. I mean, he might have looked in it, whatever. But the heating element that your smoke would come out of, the nipple here, is supposed to be down in this area. So whether the unit was dropped or somebody got in it, and it didn't look like anybody had gotten in it, but you never know. This whole piece is pulled back, so that's all going to have to be brought forward, and you want that nipple coming through where the smoke should actually leave the unit, which would be out of the front of it. like right in this area. And then we have a light, it's called a preheating indicator light on standby, and it's green. And then they call a water level indicator, and that's red. So that would turn red if there's no liquid in it. And this turns green when it heats up. And like I said earlier, there was no mention, here's a strobe light here. There was no mention when I did talk with him that the strobe is a working entity in this situation. So we're probably not going to worry too much about that. I'm not thinking they want to strobe light anybody on stage, you know. So anyway, I think it's just going to be a smoke machine, basically. So on the back here, I want to give you a look at on the inside. This was some of your controls, and it is mounted in this situation, and that's where your game system, your controller would connect up to this port. And so we have that out because we have to get into that situation and study the wiring and study the circuitry and see what we want to do, because we want to get into that unit and connect up to it. I want to show you the back of the unit, and that is the back of the unit here. You have a fog power switch, and then you have your main. So you want to turn your main on, and then you want to turn your fog power on. This would be where your game controller plugs in when this board is back mounted where it should be. And somewhere in this area, we're going to install a telephone jack, a modular line jack, and that way port. You know, he can, if he's using this in a situation and they're packing it away or whatever, they can unplug the line port and the foot pedal from this unit and just pack everything up, or it can be replaced. So it'll be a simple. And, you know, he's saying he wants a long foot pedal. I don't know how long exactly he wants. So if we make this a telephone line cord situation where he can plug and play, he can get any length telephone line cord he wants. You know, 10 foot, 12 foot, 15, 16, 20, 25, 50 foot, whatever he decides. So we're going to go ahead and take a short break from the video, because what we need to do is start installing this modular port, getting the foot pedal switch together. We need to get into the circuitry and figure out what we need to get into to kind of hack into the smoke side of the unit, because like I said, you will not get anything out of this unit unless you have it connected to a game. So it has to be involved in the game for it to work. It will come on, but it's never going to give any smoke unless the game tells it to. So we have to override that situation and tell it that what we want it, give it our information, say, hey, we want you to work now, so you go ahead and smoke. And then we can do it as often as we want. And if he has a foot pedal, he can, you know, hold it down and give continuous smoke, or hold it down just for little short periods of time and just give burst. So we're going to take a short break from the video. That's kind of a neat little project. I'm really busy with all my other work, but I thought I'd sneak this in here for him, and we'll go from there. But we'll get some more video as we move along in this project, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we are finished up with this unit. And like we were talking about earlier, using a telephone line cord to connect all the units together. So we have our main unit connected together with our foot pedal unit, and we're just using a simple, clean connection by using a telephone line cord. And you can get these in any size and length, so it makes a lot of sense to just go ahead and make all of our connections that way. So we're going to kind of show you a little bit about what went on here. We have the unit plugged in, and so we're going to turn it around, and this is where the unit would have been plugged into the Xbox or the game that it goes along with, because this unit will not do anything. Sure, you could plug it into the wall and turn it on, the main switch and the fog power, but this unit wouldn't have done anything unless it was connected to the game, and that's your controller plug right there. So we're going to go ahead and turn the unit on, and we're going to go ahead and turn the fog power on, and then we have installed here our modular port for our line cord. So we're just going to take this line cord. You could use any line cord you wanted. You simply plug it in, make sure it's locked into place, which it is. And then, you know, this is a little cheap trim line base part of a telephone. It's brand new, but we use the trim line phone for other purposes, but the base, you know, we have a lot of these a lot of times, and you know, it looked like a foot pedal to me. You could lay it sideways like this and run your foot across it this way. We installed our switch, and that works rather well. Momentary switch. And we have a modular port, line port in it already, since it was a telephone base. And so if you set it down on the ground, you could run your foot across it this way, or you could run your foot across it this way, or you could set it this way and run your foot across it that way. And if it's not heavy enough, because it does have some pads on it, but you know, it seems to tend to want to stay upright just naturally the way it's designed, with the round edges and stuff on it. If you needed more weight, you could always take the screws out and add more weight inside. So now all we want to do is go ahead and plug into it. And so basically what we're going to do here is turn the unit around. I want to be gentle with it because it is full of fog, or the smoke, the liquid smoke. And basically we're going to end up smoking ourselves out here. So I'm going to aim it away. But I want to give you a look at the front. So we have our nozzle, and if you remember earlier in the video, the unit, the nipple on the unit was not actually protruding through the exit like it was supposed to be. So now it is. That's been taken care of. There's a light here that's a green light, and it says preheating indicator, light on standby. So the green is what you want. When you plug this unit in and you turn it on, you got to wait a while because the heating element has to heat up. And then you have a water level indicator light like we talked about earlier, and if this red light is on, that means you don't have any liquid. And you're going to see puffs of smoke every once in a while. That does a couple of things. It has to do that just because of the nature of the situation of the design, and it also tells you that the unit's on if you can't see the green light and you see a puff of smoke every once in a while, because it has to give off, it has to release itself every once in a while, or it'll build up too much pressure. So anyway, what we want to do here is I want to go ahead and turn the unit basically away from us, and I'm going to turn the video a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and use our foot pedal, and I'm going to go ahead and do some smoke. So you could basically hold your foot down on the switch a long time, or just short burst. And it will fill this room full of smoke. go short burst or as long as you want it. And believe me, it would have no problem filling the whole room full of smoke. And we've tested this unit, and it keeps a haze in the room for quite a while. So we have the doors open to kind of just let it dissipate. But it works rather well. And I'm going to try to turn one of the lights down. And we're going to give it one more shot. So it works rather well. And you can see the whole room is just a mist of smoke now. So it's a pretty cool unit. And I think Brad is going to have a lot of fun with this unit. We'll give it one more. I'll go ahead and let off of it. And as you can see, the room is totally full of smoke now. So it doesn't take much to fill up an area with a smoke machine. So it's a cool unit. And it's a hacked unit. So actually it wasn't even supposed to work. It only works with the game. Now that we know that this unit is finished up and has been converted, we can get it back to Brad and he can start enjoying it. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.